Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sox on Tap. I'm your boy Buzz. I'm joined by my dude Bez, and we're here to talk about a White Sox victory and a loss in the same day because it was a doubleheader in New York. Sox take the first one 6-5 against the Yankees, lose the second one 3-0, but it's okay because that's another series win. Before we get into this, be sure to go on TapSportsNet.com for other Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at Sox on Tap and on Tap Sportsnet. Following Bez at Sox Insane. Following me at Buzz on Tap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you listen to us, 5-star rating and review because that's cool and tough. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, please go to the YouTube on Tap Sportsnet YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers. It'd be pretty fucking cool if you help us get us there. We're presented by Sports Illustrated Media Group. It's a mouthful. Bez, Sox get a series victory today, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I mean, 5 in a row is pretty sweet. That's by far the longest winning streak we've had. It's not going to last forever. We took the first one. We took the series. Be cool to sweep the doubleheader and break out the brooms twice in the same day, but be two out of 3 on the road against a good team. I'll take it all day. So I'm all right.
I feel good about it too. I mean, maybe they've kind of. I'm getting ahead of myself here, so I'm just going to calm down. But what we're going to get into first is we're going to get into game one first. So Lance Lynn was on the mound. Bez, he kind of rocked again. He didn't look good. 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, Bez, all of them earned. He walked 3, struck out 4, let up 1 long ball, 98 pitches for him. His ERA is at 6.72. Lance Lynn's performance, what you think about
it? Pretty horrendous. You know, I kind of saw some of this coming. I wrote a little article you can go check out on Tap Sportsnet about Lance. This is a rough road ahead for a guy who's got a ERA already over 6. It doesn't get any easier from there, but nevertheless, he was bad. Again, it just seems like everything gets hit hard. Everything gets hit in the air. 3 walks. That's not good in 5 innings. So just nothing good to say about that. It hurts. I love Lance Lynn. I'm a big
Lance Lynn too, bro. I hate seeing this.
It's brutal to watch.
Yeah, it's brutal to watch. I hate seeing him struggle, dude.
But luckily, hey, they broke out the bats and got some runs on the board and you know, kept it close long enough to pull it out. So, but yeah, I don't know what they do, what the plan is with Lance moving forward, but it's not looking good for him.
Well, like you said, I mean, Lance had a bad start. He had a bad day in general. But the White Sox offense picked him up. I mean, not even just him because Santos got the victory, but the White Sox picked up the team. This is the first time I saw a fun stat. Correct me if I'm wrong on it, but I don't think I am. But this is the first time that, Jimenez, Makata, and Robert ever hit home runs in the same game together. I think, did you share that? I think that was you. Someone shared that. That's just wild to me with how long these guys have been on the same team. But I'm not going to go into the deep dive of the past. But I love that those guys hit long balls in this game. Jake Berger, his first at bat since Sunday, when he hit the grand walk-off, right? Grand slam. He comes out today, Bez, and he does it again. It's another bomb. What can you say about Berger, man? I've gotten to play Call of Duty with this kid. You know, I swear to God, from coming up and doing this stuff, it is so cool to me to see him fucking flourish and have and look good on the team. He's been very gracious to Sox on Tap and on Tap Sportsnet in general. So him balling out and getting a chance at Yankee Stadium and him showing out was awesome. So how did you feel about him actually being in the lineup today, opposed to only being in the lineup at home, and how he delivered?
I love it. I love that he's actually in the lineup. I can't even believe I still have to fucking say that. Like, this shouldn't even be a topic anymore. He should just be in the lineup every single day because everybody at any position that he can play, he's better than. So just get him in the fucking lineup every day. I don't care what it takes. And now, that might not be a problem since Eloy is quote unquote day to day. So, but no, I love it. I love seeing him in the lineup. I don't understand why he's batting what did he bat? 7th in the order?
7th. Yeah.
The lineup selection there is kind of weird, but I mean, you can't say enough good things about him. The stats, Steve had an article on Tap about it. The stats on the road have been horrendous, and maybe that's why they weren't playing him on the road. But this is a road homer against a good team. And a big one too. So got us on the board and got us going. Set the tone.
Absolutely, that's a very important thing to do. I understand like the splits and being at home being at home he's a beast, right? And then being on the road he was not so good. But how after what he did on Sunday do you not find yourself in the lineup in game one? I'm not trying. I hate doing the lineup shit because remember how like that there's that whole stigma about that on the White Sox Twitter about people bitching about the lineups and stuff. But how do you not have the best guy in the lineup? Then he comes out today and he kind of shows you, hey, this is a Mickey Mouse ballpark. I should be in here every fucking day. I'm glad he did what he did. I'm glad he did what he did today. It was huge for him personally. It was huge for the Sox. So, I mean, it was a real set the tone moment. Eloy's blast, dude, 416 feet, he hit that ball. And I hate to see this little injury pop up with him because, like, I don't know, man, it feels like we're on a little bit of a roll. There was a stat that came out, since April 30th, and I can't remember if it was Tony or you that shared it in our group chat, but the Sox are 20-15 or 20. They'd be 21-15 now, I think.
They'd be 21-15 after this doubleheader. Yeah, since that 10-game losing streak, since they snapped that.
Right.
So we're playing good baseball. We're the only team since April 30th that has a winning record in our fucking division. Not one team in this division has a winning record. And somehow all this put together, the Sox are only 3.5 games out of first. So, they're playing better baseball. It's a bummer to see Eloy go down. It's kind of inevitable at this point. Like, you're like, if I get 120 games out of this guy, I'm lucky to get that. Yeah. So it's not totally surprising, but at least he's mashing when he's in the lineup.
Yeah, you're right. You're right there. When you get on a roll, man, it's just always typical. It's like always the hashtag that's so White Sox thing, right? Is you're finally on a roll, then you're going to lose Eloy, and we're going to go down this rabbit hole again of when he comes back, what are you going to do with the lineup and all this nonsense? Who else is going to step up in the meantime that they're not going to want to fucking put on the bench because Eloy's coming back. It's just brutal. Moncada, I was pretty happy. He made a good defensive play today for Clevenger. He hit the home run in game one. I really liked how he looked for the most part outside of the 3 strikeouts in game one. I when I wrote this, what was it, a week ago, and one of like those little quick White Sox articles I did for On Tap, I had said I'd rather see Berger in the lineup than Moncada. I don't know how you feel about that. I don't, I understand that Moncada's probably got more talent, but he just doesn't. I don't feel like he displays it a lot, but I'm just, I'm glad today you got to see a little bit of flashes of him taking the game seriously and him actually contributing in a positive manner. So what did you think about his performance?
I mean, he was 0 for 4 in that second game. The whole lineup's performance in that second game was piss poor. We had 3 walks and 2 hits. That's just atrocious. I mean, Moncada, I don't know, dude. He's had 5 years on this team now to prove himself and be the guy. We traded Chris fucking Sale to get him. So he needs to be the guy, and he's not the guy. I've seen enough. I've seen enough of Moncada to know who he is. He's a below average bat with a good glove, and that's not good enough because Jake Berger, the numbers that this guy's putting up, they don't sit on the bench. He's better than Moncada. He's better than whoever we can throw out at second base. He's better than Andrew Vaughn. So there's another option there. And a very good one. So eventually,
Andrew Vaughn been catching a lot of strays, Bez.
What's that?
Andrew Vaughn's been catching a lot of strays. A lot of people have kind of had enough, dude. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not trying to shit on the kid. I understand that he kind of had a different upbringing within the baseball system than a lot of other people did. Because he was drafted. What was that in 2019? And then he comes up. I believe it was 2019 for Vaughn. Was that or 2020?
He never played in the minor leagues.
Never really played in the minor leagues, and he comes right up here. So development-wise, I don't know how much that hampered him in his career, but right now, I'm not impressed with what I'm seeing at all. I mean, Jose Abreu's had one hell of a drop-off, so we weren't really missing anything. But like you said, if it comes down to it with Berger, he's got to be there over Vaughn, right? Over Moncada. He has to be. If you're going to play Moncada, Vaughn's got to be sat down in favor of Berger. That's just kind of where I'm at. In general of watching this team, makes me feel good that somebody else feels the same, the same way that I do. So,
it's as simple as that.
Absolutely. So Santos comes in, he gets the W in this game one. Joe Kelly comes in, has a clean inning of work. Ronaldo comes in, he strikes out 2, clean inning of work. Kendall Graveman comes in, he lets up 1 hit there in the 9th, but he comes in, he gets the job done. We end that first game.
A
Severino.
little scary there in the ninth with Graveman.
It
he gives up the hit. You get 2 on with 1 out or no outs, and then you eventually get Rizzo in the double play, and that ends the game. But yeah, man, I mean, everything you just said, everybody had a clean inning, so gold medal to the bullpen in that one. I mean, 4 clean innings to back up Lynn.
Well, right, and after Lynn's performance was
awesome.
so bad, they came in and did their job. So I mean,
Exactly.
I'll take that for a game 1 victory. Moving into game 2 here, like you said, nothing really happened too much. I mean, the Yankees blanked the Sox. It was 3-0. I really, really thought that there was a crucial play in this game because there was not a lot of offense in this game for either team. The Yankees hit the ball 6 times in game 2. The Sox only got 2 hits in game 2. But there was a pivotal moment in this game that changed it, and that is that double. He was fucking out. I don't care what anybody says. That was in game 2. He was out. It at least looked like that leather got a part of that jersey, and the initial call was out. I don't know how they got enough to say it wasn't, but that changed the trajectory of the game for Clevenger because he lets a home run ball after all that sitting and waiting after the challenge. He lets up a fucking bomb right after that took place. So, to McKinney. So I was just like, okay, well, or not to McKinney, to Torres. I'm sorry, Gleyber Torres. But that kind of put the Sox down 2-0 from there, and they never rebounded.
Yeah, I mean, that does change the complexion of the whole inning, right? You got a guy on second with no outs versus nobody on with 1 out. It's a totally different at bat at that point.
Yep.
I'm with you on that. I didn't see anything on the replay that says we got to overturn this. It was called out on the field. I didn't see anything in the replay that tells me like, okay, it's obvious we've got to overturn this. We missed this one. Right. That wasn't the case. Now, if they called him safe on the field and then they reviewed it and said, yeah, he's still safe. Okay, but you called him out. You called him out on the field. I think that call should have stood based on, I don't know if we call it inconclusive evidence in baseball. Maybe that's just a football thing, but that's what it looked like to me.
Well, now that there's challenges all throughout sports, you know me, I'm a Bulls junkie. And, they have challenges in basketball now. And it's the same thing as the NFL, Bez. Like, they say, okay, it has to be, you have to have that evidence for us to change the original call made on the field, on the diamond, wherever you're fucking playing, on court, whatever. I didn't really, I'm sorry. And I'm not even trying to be a homer here. And I usually am. I'm usually a fucking homer. But I don't see how they could have come up with enough evidence to have that overturned. And I agreed with Gordon Beckham on that. I don't really understand how they came to that conclusion, but they did. And like I said, Torres comes out, he hits a bomb, and it makes it 2-0. And then McKinney comes out. That was the bottom of the 4th that took place. McKinney comes out in the bottom of the 5th, and he hits another one. And that was the end of the scoring. So last run of this game was scored in the 5th inning, bottom of the 5th inning by the Yankees, 3-0. That's how this one ends. Clevenger gets the loss. He went 5 and 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Walked 1, struck out 2, let up 2 long balls. Aaron Bummer comes in. Like what I saw from Aaron Bummer, he went an inning in a third, Bez, and he was fucking clean with 3 strikeouts. And then Crochet came in clean in an inning too. So bullpen together today, great performance through game 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'll take that performance all day. Like I said, gold medal goes to the bullpen. I'll give them the game ball for the doubleheader. They picked up Lynn in that first game and held the Yankees off the scoreboard for the offense to get back in it. Clevenger, all things considered, that's not a terrible start. 5 and 2.
No, I didn't think
3
so.
runs.
Yeah.
Couple of home runs. He pitched better than Lance. That's probably not saying much, but he gave the offense a chance. You're only down 3, but and then the bullpen cleaned it up. So yeah, game ball. My game ball goes to the bullpen for that doubleheader. They were flawless.
Your tweets always crack me up. Like last couple games when you put like Mike Clevenger's perfect through 2. I'm like, this motherfucker. Like, I'm so.
I don't. I know you're like the juju guy. I don't really
dude.
I don't really believe in that stuff. Like, they were. I'll tweet sometimes like, oh, it's 2-1. Will this hold? And I didn't tweet it in the first game, and it didn't hold. So it's like I have no fucking bearing over how this turns out. But I know Tony doesn't like it. I know Steve doesn't either. They get a little upset about that.
Oh, I laugh, but I do believe in the juju though. And like
I
when you
know.
put it out there, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker. Let's see how this plays out, and then it's just done, dude. Like,
And we've had like
fun.
5 near no hitters. I've jinxed them all.
Yeah, dude, stop, man.
All right. Next time we have a no hitter in like the third or fourth, I won't say anything.
So
We'll
you've
see
been
if
on
it
the
turns
show.
out any different.
You've been on the show for a while now, so like that's where you have to kind of adapt into like a little bit of my weird personality, where it's like I believe in the juju, man. I don't know why, I just do. I believe in it. Like I'm so fucking nervous sometimes I won't even tweet during a game. I don't even know why. I just won't tweet. Like I don't know if you noticed that with the Bulls this year too. I just stopped fucking tweeting when they were trying to make the playoff push. I wasn't tweeting at all, because I thought I was too cocky. If I'm too cocky, they're not going to win. That's how I think in my head. I don't know why.
Right.
Like
No,
I have
that's a lot of people are. I mean, they don't switch seats, or you switched your seat and threw everything off. I'm not one of those guys. I usually keep my mouth shut about no hitters, but I'm going to talk about them now. They can't see my tweets. They don't see my tweets.
That's true.
You guys
they probably don't. I did, and then the juju gets set off, and then we let up a bomb. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, shit. All right, well, we'll move into the next one here, Bez. We're going to play tomorrow night. We're back at home, and we're playing the 35-28 Miami Marlins. We're going to have Dylan Cease on the mound. He's 3-3 with a 4.63 ERA. Man, with the downfall. 68 innings pitched for him. He's let up 61 hits. He's struck out 74, walked 32, let up 8 long balls. And why does it always do this? On the MLB app, it's a probable pitcher, and it just says TBA. I don't know why, so I'm going to pull up ESPN. Eury Perez is starting for them. Got it. He's 3-1 with a 2.25 ERA. He's pitched in 24 innings. He's let up 17 hits. He's struck out 24. He's walked 11, and he's let up 3 long balls. So that's the pitching matchup. 2 right-handed pitchers on the mound tomorrow. As you had mentioned before, Eloy Jimenez is day-to-day. I highly doubt he plays tomorrow. With this going on with him, what do the Sox need to do to take this against a pretty decent Miami Marlins team?
I mean, we need to get Dylan Cease back on track. His whole season needs to get back on track. I'll remember last year at the end of May. We're a little bit past May now, but he had an ERA like well over 4, and then that's when he turned it around and went on that crazy run. So hopefully he can get back on track here. I mean, the Marlins don't have too many big bats in the lineup, except for Luis Ariz, who we remember well from Minnesota. He broke up Cease's no-hitter last year. So it'll be cool to see, or maybe it won't be cool because that guy's hitting over 400 right now. So that's really the biggest, one of the bigger bats you have to worry about in that lineup. But hopefully, I haven't followed the Marlins a ton. I don't know if this team has a ton of power. They've who has 17 home runs. That's
17 bombs for him. They've got Jazz over there, who's and he's an electric, player. I'm not really to be honest with you, the way that they have been playing, I'm not really too worried about the tides are turning a little bit. With consistent play come consistent results, and you're starting to see them chip away at the deficit within their record. And like you said, the AL Central fucking blows. Today is the first time Minnesota's fallen below 500 all year. They sit at 31-32, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm pretty sure that is their record right now. And the Sox are 3 games out, like you had said. I mean, this team is really starting to kind of put it together where they're getting within strike. I cannot believe this compared to what we talked about earlier in the year. I thought, like, seriously, I mean, they're still not great. I mean, it's just the Central sucks. The Central sucks, but if you could do enough, if you can get your way in, you've always got a chance. And that's what I truly believe that in baseball. It's not like any other sport.
No, it's really not. I mean, there's never been a team that made the playoffs below 500 in baseball. I don't know if that'll happen. It probably won't. But this team can get slightly above 500. I mean, they're going to have to keep playing the way they are. The competition gets a little more stiff though in June, because then you got the Dodgers, you got the Mariners, you got the Angels again, who just kind of roughed us up. So, and it's, so that's not going to be easy, but we'll kind of know. I think we'll have a much clearer picture, not because of, being in the middle of the season at that point, but playing much tougher competition. We'll have a better idea of where the Sox are at and if they can really truly get back into this thing. But Without looking too far ahead, I mean, we've got the Marlins for 3. Luckily, their ace, the Cy Young winner last year, Alcantara, is off to a really bad start this year.
Do we have him at all in the series?
It looks like he's scheduled for Game 2 on Saturday against Kopech.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't have Game 2 pulled up. Okay, yeah, he's electric though when he's on.
Yeah,
he's electric.
He is.
I mean, very, very fun pitcher to watch. So, I mean, again, you got to take every game seriously. You're trying to, really dig into this deficit. You're trying to get the AL Central lead, and you're within striking distance of it. Make it happen this weekend. Just keep doing what you're doing for the most part because it's been working over the last, what would that be? Since the 10, like you said, since 10-game losing streak. Hey, they're 6 above 500 since then. Let's keep doing that. Let's just keep moving. Go forward. Picks to click tomorrow. Who do you got?
I'm taking Jake Berger. If Eloy's day to day, I mean, you could take Berger too. If Eloy's day to day, I know Berger's going to be in the lineup, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump all over that. I kind of try to stay away from a little bit from the guys that are starting to get hot because I feel like it's almost maybe I don't want to throw that off, or maybe I don't want to just go pick the favorite, so to speak. But I'm going with Berger because I've had a rough patch. I had Vaughn today; he was terrible. I had Sheets in the second game. He had a single. He had a single. Maybe I won that one. But
yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah, I got Berger. What about you?
Man, I'm gonna go Makata tomorrow. He hit a long ball today. I talked about how important it is for him to make that turnaround. Hopefully he comes out tomorrow. He does again, whether it's with the defensive play, whether it's putting the ball out of the fucking ballpark or just getting on base in general. Let's go with Makata, give him the positive juju vibes and do that. But I mean, that's all I got for tonight, man. I mean, you got anything else before we ride on out of here?
No, man, I don't think so. I think I'm happy with this 2 out of 3 in New York and only 3.5 games out of first. I'll take that all day. I don't have anything else. There was a pretty quiet second game. So
absolutely.
How about you?
I got nothing, man. So we'll ride on out. We'll be back tomorrow. Everybody, please be sure to go on tapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. If you want the whole spiel, go to the beginning of the episode. That's where I give it to you. Follow Bez on Twitter at Sox Insane. Follow me at Buzz on Tap. And go to that YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. Some variation of us. We'll be back Sunday for Sunday Fun Day. Everybody enjoy your weekends. White Sox forever.
White Sox forever.